Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jake Fromm and the Tennessee Titans versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And what a sophomore season he had for the Cardinals. Pretty much swept every major quarterback award, including the Heisman Trophy. And we spent a lot of time talking about his legs. Formidable. He can run the ball like few others, but the key to everything for him is the ability to be accurate from the pocket.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
And a Ravens first down.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson over the middle. Now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down. And 8.
Here's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here are the Titans backed up to start this drive. They will be led out by the former Georgia Bulldog. It's Jake Fromm.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown taking it in. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead.
the Titans.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
For Baltimore.
These two teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the first-round bye. But that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. All right, I got versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level.
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McCarthy. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Barnes. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports.
16. Ravens nothing.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they finish. on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Jackson from the shotgun. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
From what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Baltimore.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. Now, their passing game has certainly been buoyed by some unbelievable catches.
I love that word because if you're the quarterback, if you're the guy throwing it, buoyed would be the word, wouldn't it? Because right now I think his confidence level is so high, I just throw it out there. They will go get it, and we're seeing some fantastic catches and some great plays as a result.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this goal? And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Titan. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Far. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And this offense is running away with this one. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. Two-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe feature.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's third down.
Brings up a third down.
Back to throw. Far. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 11 there on 4th and 10. Didn't get it by much, but it is a first down. Back to throw again. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So they look.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. And now once again, they'll line up to go for two. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for two, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
At the 28-yard line.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. On the left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Green Bay Packers. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team. Brandon Gott.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation. Play, you did it, I had to.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. There we go now as they will again try for 2. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. A quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
That's
an excellent pickup of 20 yards. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down, Ravens.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. On the option, Jackson will keep it. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
At the 28-yard line.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And this doesn't quite work out as well as planned. They'll forfeit a few yards as he's tackled just past the 15. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the 1st half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for the Titans. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run it again with Henry. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love it. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
They're on 31-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 7 yards to pick up there.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And a Raven first down.
From the gun, Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
A loss of 12 yards.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Ravens on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be third and forever. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in it puts them in that position.
They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's second down. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time for the Titans. 63 yards. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
At the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3rd down and 10 yards.
Jackson will throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
Intercepted by the Ravens.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
Jackson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard at the 41-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson over the middle here to Brown.
Pass.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Deron Payne, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Titans, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.